Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. We are your hosts. I'm Pete.
And I'm Mitch. And I never get bored of you going, hello. Ever.
Well, on this episode, you can watch on YouTube as well, by the way. You can watch us on YouTube. Mitch has kindly edited it all together.
Well, I've filmed it. I've not committed to editing it yet. I've got loads to edit.
Yeah, well, that's your choice. You made that up. And we're at the Wave in Bristol, and we've just spoken to Mr. Ben Gravy.
Mr. Ben Gravy, as he refers to himself. What was it? Semi-professional novelty wave surfer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Which suggests to me that there's someone above him doing what he's doing, which I'm not entirely sure there is.
Well, by the way he just rode your board in that session, I don't think you're ever going to ride that board again, are you?
Well, I'm not going to wash it again. It smells amazing.
Just gone all stalkery on it. And how did he find out your surfed gripped on it? Did he like it?
Oh man, yeah. So Ben, we swapped boards mid-session. Took my board out. I went out on a 7 or 8 foot foamy, one of Ben's foamies, pineapples on the bottom clearly. Yeah. And I mean, I'm a surf coach. I spend enough time on foamies. I've never felt more pressure to surf a foamy better. And in fairness, I've never surfed a foamy better. I'm not even sure I've surfed a surfboard better. Never mind.
I like the way you came back in and says to your mate, that's the best you've ever seen me surf.
Yes, it's actually true. There's so many people watching. But yeah, I have now committed to using surf gripped on all my boards.
Yeah.
We're doing a giveaway really soon actually for that as well. But I've de-waxed everything.
Yeah.
Gripped on everything. Last week, Board Masters, I used all my boards, different conditions, bare skin on my gripped, ripped my tits clean off. Tells me it works really well. And yeah, Ben took the board out, one of the boards we gripped on it, and I asked him after how he got on with it, and he was like, do you know what? Didn't even occur to me.
I got on this, didn't even cross my mind. I didn't second guess it. It worked great. I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the ultimate compliment. If you're not thinking about it, that's got to be a great sign, because you shouldn't be worrying about what's under your feet. And he loved it. And unfortunately, my board has never been or will be ridden better again.
No, I've got some photos, and I'll throw them over to you, and you can drop them down in a little corner down here or something.
Do you mean the photos of me absolutely stacking it? Is
that no, the photos of Ben riding your board, showing you how it's supposed to be ridden.
I just crop my head onto it, don't you worry.
Yeah, but before we get into this one, we have some discount codes for you. So if you want anything from Northcore, you can get 15% off at Northcore. Head over there and use the discount code SSPodcast15, and that will get you 15% off anything you order from Northcore. The other discount code is for Surface wetsuits, and use the UK Surf Show 10, and that will get you 10% off anything you order from Surface wetsuits. That's spelled SRFACE. And go and check them out. But yeah.
There isn't yet a discount code for the Wave to get you discounts on sausage rolls. That would be the most welcome discount code ever.
I'll tell you what, man, the food here is quite expensive. It is nice, but it's bloody expensive.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I done the thing because I didn't want to spend the money. I actually brought a load of food for the van. I got a Morrison's salad box, or as Special K would call it, a box of pasta squeezed in. And because when I came down for a surf this morning, everyone got bacon rolls, I just felt peer pressured into it. So that salad box and everything else I spent money on has gone unused. Will probably go off. I just wasted my money again. I get such FOMO with food.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Well, here we go with Ben Gravy. You're recording, yeah. We're already
live.
When you are. Yeah.
Live.
All right.
Fuzzo Village.
This is Ben Gravy here in Bristol, England. I am a semi-professional novelty wave surfer here to surf the wave pool, and hailing from New Jersey. And I'm here on the UK Surf Show.
Yeah.
For the dream.
The dream indeed.
A professional novelty wave surfer. What does that actually mean?
Semi-professional.
Semi-professional. So that means there's someone above you if there's a professional level.
Yeah.
Of that.
It means that I get out there and I do what I want, and
Yeah.
I'm not worried about trying to impress other people in the surf industry. I'm just surfing because that's what I love to do. Surfing from the heart.
That's nice. And the passion of that comes from what? From growing up, or
Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a world tour surfer.
Mm.
I did the stuff that everyone does. I did all the contests,
Nice.
East Coast Championships. I was on the U.S. surf team when I was 15.
Oh, sweet.
I was trying to make the world tour. I wanted to be Kelly Slater, and when I got older, I realized that coming from New Jersey, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, right.
And with my current skill set, that was never happening. So I drifted away from surfing for a number of years, got into video production. I was a professional editor, and I was editing TV shows, the Do Tour, all kinds of stuff. And when I got back into surfing, it was just different. I started surfing rivers. I started surfing novelty waves. And I just did what I wanted to do, never thinking about what other people perceive me.
Yeah, right.
And started making my vlog, and then all this crazy stuff happened.
Did you feel a different, when you realized you didn't want to do, or you weren't going to do professional CT stuff? Was it a different passion with the novelty waves, smaller waves, crazier waves?
Oh, yeah.
Like a higher stoke as well for that?
Yeah, I had absolutely no passion for competitive surfing. I still don't. I can't get into it. I don't know why. I don't know why I should.
Yeah.
Like, naturally, I should, but I can't. I'm not interested. But if I see a 1 foot wave grinding down a shoreline, I'll freak out. I'm out there.
I think I saw a video of
Stoking.
you in London, and you were on the bridge, and there was the smallest ripple coming through. But honestly, the stoke, I was like, "Is he being real? Like, he's actually super stoked. Like, that's
it was
you can't
rideable.
buy that level of stoke.
It was rideable.
It's really cool.
I've been told that if I could figure out how to put my stoke in a bottle for people to drink,
Sell
then
it
I
on.
could be a billionaire.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Well,
definitely. So, like, what made you come back to surfing, like, and start doing those novelty wave things? What drove it, and where did you get the point where you go, actually, I'm onto something here, and this is better than anything I've done before?
So I had a knee injury, and me and my brothers were into making YouTube videos, like Jackass style stuff.
Yeah.
And I hurt my knee really, really badly. And I went to the doctor, and he told me I might never be able to do sports or surf or do anything again, like active, because my ligament was so messed up. And after that, I had to get surgery. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm not doing any more dumb stuff ever. If I'm going to be active, I'm surfing, because that's what I love to do. And from there, the stoke just built, and I was so dedicated to just riding waves and just like surfing, because I was at a point where they were like, oh, you might never walk again. You'll probably never surf again. You might struggle the rest of your life. So when I was able to surf again, I was so hyped on it. And then I started doing the novelty waves, and I was vlogging at the same time, and I noticed people liked the novelty waves.
Yeah.
But I surfed the ferry wave in New Jersey, the Cape May ferry wave.
Yeah.
And the video kind of like exploded.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, wait a second.
The realization.
Like, this is actually something that surfing's missing.
Yeah.
Like, and
absolutely.
It opened my eyes, and I just started going crazy after that. Everything I could find.
The thing is, for some of us, that's the only waves we can surf.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, for you to go out and have stoke on them kind of waves, and I guess make it cool, which is what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what we have in similar, is the fact that we probably surf similar rubbish waves, but the difference is you're doing it by choice, and that's the only choice I've got. That's what I'm presenting with.
Are you now comparing yourself to a novelty wave surfer who's at a standard
I'm an
of
amateur novelty wave surfer, not quite semi-pro, which is my goal.
The wave he was telling me about earlier sounds novelty to me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right.
I don't know about double overhead though. That might not be novelty, but
that's that's novelty for the sport. But
that brings us actually onto that conversation we were having on the way down here about wave height, because it's different all around the world, and we've had this one before. And if we go,
So Ben's word, if in the UK, at least in my friend circle, if somebody says the word fun at the end of any size, it's normally coupled with 3 foot. It means double overhead, crazy heavy wave. But for you, fun doesn't mean that.
Yeah, in my scale, there's like knee high, knee to waist. Then there's 3 foot, and 3 foot fun would be 3 foot plus, like waist to chest.
Yeah.
And then if you would never say 3 foot solid in my language. You'd say 6 foot, which is like head high, but like you doing turns,
Yeah.
6 foot solid
Okay.
would be pumping.
right.
Like
okay.
barrels, gnarly, like you could get smoked.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
solid for me means just head high.
Yeah.
Then the
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me is the fact that it's always 3 foot. Like we use,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
3
great
foot.
to use
Yeah.
a unit of measure to measure the size of the height, but we're actually using a unit of measure which is a size.
Yeah.
So why don't we just call it what it is?
Yeah, it
kills
was
me.
just
Well-
always 3 foot.
The main person that I argue with that is Jamie O'Brien, and when I saw a video clip of him in one of his vlogs, and he goes, "The waves right now are 3 foot. They're about this big," and then he goes, "Wait, why'd I say 3 foot? They're about 7 feet."
Is that here
And
3
I
foot?
was
I'm
like-
like, I want to get in.
And I was like, he's questioning himself saying
Yeah.
it and doing that.
if I see 3 foot, somebody says 3 foot, I'm like, okay, and that's comfortable, happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I go down to the beach and see it's double overhead, I'm like, "Ugh,
I
not for
go,
me."
I measure biological
Yeah,
because
right.
I'll say 15 foot, and people are just like, yeah, right.
yeah,
It's never 15 foot.
yeah,
Because, I mean, I've seen an 80-foot wave before, and I was telling people that it was 80 foot, and they were like, no, there's
Yeah.
no such thing. There's 60 feet is the highest a wave could ever be. And I'm like, no, that wave is 80 feet. I'm telling you it's 80
yeah,
feet.
yeah.
Like, on the scale that everyone uses, it's 80 feet tall.
Yeah.
Because if you measured Nazare in Hawaiian language, that would probably
Huge.
be like 10 feet
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
You're not calling that.
Well,
Stop playing it down.
I think 10-foot Hawaiian's about 30 feet,
That's just,
20 to 30 feet.
you know, we need to move on. and
We-
sort this out.
yeah, there needs to be a governing body of wave
Yeah,
height.
just your wave height.
Then there's going to
Lingo
be
that goes-
someone, if they started that, then someone would come out with another one, and then the battle would
yeah,
rage on.
alternate
Yeah.
version of
Yeah.
size. So you've been in the UK for, well, you've been here for about a week.
Almost
I
a
think,
week,
have you?
yeah.
And what have you been up to? You've had a busy time. I think I've seen your stories.
Mhm.
You've definitely been Boardmasters. I think you've been in London.
So, yep, we started in London. I took my wife around the city. We figured out the tube. It
Oh, nice.
was good times.
Yeah, yeah.
Saw Big Ben, and woke up from there. We drove to Cornwall for 1 feet at 8,
Okay.
3 foot.
Yeah, the forecast
And,
really dropped quickly during Boardmasters.
So we got down there. It took us like 7 hours to get to the beach.
Yeah.
Super fun though. We caught some waves. My wife caught like the best wave of her life.
Oh, nice.
And then from Cornwall we surfed and started driving straight to Snowdonia.
Okay.
Stopped at a hotel, woke up, finished the drive, showed up at the wave pool, got some waves in Snowdonia, woke up at 4 a.m. the next morning and drove here, surfed the Severn Bore, and then came and surfed the night session over here.
Very
at
nice.
The wave. So
How was the 7 ball?
it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small.
How long a ride did you get?
So the wave was only about 1 foot.
Yeah.
Couldn't even call it 3 foot. And it was like 1 foot solid.
1 inch solid.
Yeah. And we got one for like 16 minutes.
Oh,
Almost
wow.
17 minutes. Like almost a mile.
That's just
Yeah.
a
Oh, it's pretty
stupid
crazy.
amount of time. There's not a
It's-
lot I can do in 17
It's
minutes.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. It was amazing though. What an experience.
And in Snowdonia, you've done most wave pools, am I right in saying that? I think minus,
Almost everyone except for Surf Lakes in Australia.
which is the one with the Mad Max.
The plunger.
that I would get
Yeah.
sucked under.
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how would you? I guess you've done the wave here where we are. You've
Yep.
done Snowdonia
Mhm.
recently. How do they compare
Overall, or these two to each other?
to each other for your surfing?
Snowdonia is really fun. It's kind of tough. I think it's a really good longboarding wave.
Right.
But the first section is really, really fast. You get up, you
Right.
got to get moving, and then it slows down. But there's two really nice sections. Just a
Right.
nice open face, just like it would almost be like Kelly Slater's pool, but not as big and not as
Right.
extreme.
Okay.
But you can get real nice arc on it at
Nice.
the end of the wave. I gave that wave like a 5, just a solid 5.
Okay.
And then this is probably more like a 7.
Nice.
This has a little more power. It's a shorter wave,
yeah.
but there's a little barrel. There's the first turn section out here at the wave is awesome.
What setting were you?
So
Right in
good.
barrel section. Setting, sorry.
I did the barrel.
Which is a setting 5.
Yeah, so you're on probably. I think you're on expert.
Expert barrel?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, something like that. Expert turns, or was it expert?
I did something plus turns,
Oh,
and
Advanced
then
Plus.
advanced
Yeah.
plus, and then expert barrel.
Right, okay. They just
Yeah.
need to call it 1 to 7. Does my head in.
So how many settings are there?
I think
7?
there's 7. I think we have intermediate.
You
I'm
got
assuming-
you got
oh,
Waikiki
no,
wave
Waikiki,
first
right?
of all.
That's 1.
Is that the
Right.
first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
then
intermediate.
intermediate,
then advanced plus, expert turns,
expert turns,
barrels, and expert barrels.
Yeah,
I think, is that right?
And there's a rumor had it that there's a beast mode on there as well that they put on
just
that goes
okay.
proper. Yeah.
I've done beast. I've done the beast mode in South Korea.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick. It's the barrel, but way nutser.
Yeah,
it gets about this deep.
Yeah, that's
3 inches solid. 3 inches solid. Like, and
it's a hard bottom in there. I don't know if you found it yet.
Yeah.
I've
There's
definitely
a couple times I hopped off and I was like, "Whoa, it's ankle deep!"
Yeah.
And I was just like hucking in air.
Yeah.
I only ever wipe out when it's deep, so it's such a long way back.
Yeah.
I've actually started calling it. So I normally on my watch, I'll do Strava for my sessions.
Okay.
So if you have the worst possible session, which means you wipe out on take,
oh yeah,
you have to go the
and you're
long
going
way
around every
so
time.
The longest possible distance, it works out at 1.8k, which I know because I've done it many times. And if you have a perfect session, it's about 1.5k.
Okay.
So I refer to it as a Bristol 2k if you have a crap session.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's actually more. There's a lot more settings actually, because in South Korea there's T 1 through 4, and then B 1 through 6, and then Beast and Beast 2. So there's a lot of. I
think they kind of set up so that they can just advance and improve the settings, but I think they take a lot of time to refine to make them work. So they kind of stick to what they know and
is there
money.
There's well, it's. I think it's hard to make money with the pool, so they have to like focus on that,
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of energy. It's a lot. They have to fill those sessions up. Like
to be fair, like this morning there was a few sessions with not a lot of people on. And I saw it in my head. I know it doesn't necessarily work because for me I'd be like, well, if there's people about, I'll give you 25% off. Jump on that session. But I guess if you were in the session and you heard that Tannoy announcement, you'd probably be pissed off thinking I've paid full price. Or I would put the staff in. That's what I would do.
If you pay full price 2 weeks ago, you're coming, and then someone shows up last minute and gets 75%
you would
off.
create a culture, but I'm just thinking, you're right. You need to fill the sessions, but that's where I would put the staff in.
Yeah,
if it's because that looks good for business. I think it's a bit like if you go to a restaurant and it's dead, there's no one in it.
Okay,
they always, and you go in as the first couple. They put you by the window to make it look busy.
Get
the staff in.
The
staff would be buzzing.
Fill the restaurant.
And they'd want to work here even more so than they do.
That's classic.
I think it would be cool.
So before we move on to the business school of the Wave Park.
Mitch's thoughts on wave.
Mitch's thoughts on Wave Park. So you're saying like you surfed like wave pools all over the world?
A good amount, yeah.
Where's the best one you've surfed by far?
It's definitely so if Snowdonia is the 5, this is a 7, Kelly Slater's is the 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the amount of like repetition you get out here kind of competes with Slater's in a lot of ways because you can get 10 barrels in 10 minutes if you're you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean that wave you hop up and then there's a football field you see in front of you and you're just like, all right, I'm on. Like no worries at all.
And you also get a locker with your name on it, which is it's all about that.
Best minute of your life that wave.
Yeah. So like like we were saying about novelty waves and that, where's like some of the places the best novelty waves that you've had or that have given you the most stoke when you didn't think there was going to be anything?
Okay. So I went, something that jumps out of my mind, I went tanker surfing in South Carolina, and the guy randomly invited me. I saw no footage, nothing. And I showed up, and he was just like, all right, we're going to go out. Like, there might be nothing. And that's like an 11-hour drive for me.
Yeah.
But we went out, and there was like some bombs, like 3 foot solid, like almost chest-high waves, and it was mind-blowing because obviously it's big in Texas, but South Carolina for me was like opened my eyes and got me into – I started chasing tankers around Philly near my house.
As you do.
Because like I was like, whoa, this isn't only something that happens in Texas. So that definitely like opened my eyes. And then that ferry I was telling you about, Cape May Ferry, just crazy, crazy, mind-blowing. And I had the opportunity to travel a little bit in France and Spain a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Spain is just packed with novelty waves, just amazing. San Sebastian in the Basque Country.
Yeah.
I surfed this wave that was going down this big wall, and it was just peeling down the wall, and the wall's like 30 feet above me, and it's just so cool. You're just looking up. There's people looking over. It's just amazing. I've been fortunate to surf a lot of novelty waves.
Have you seen the one in Germany in the river as well?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm not
one,
the Munich.
Yeah, Munich one. Yeah.
when I visit Germany, I'll definitely go for sure.
Yeah.
Eichbach.
I hook you up with someone that surfs that.
Oh, cool.
Rip
That'd be
Curl Rider.
sick.
She's amazing.
That'd be
That's where
sick.
she made her name, actually, surfing that. It's classy. You know, going back to the surfing in the shipping lanes.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the ferry ones, but the
Yeah.
ships, are you jet skiing out and getting dropped off?
For the ferry, I'm just walking from the beach.
And the looks you must get.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the people just looking over like, what is
It's
this guy
so
doing?
funny, and every time I do it, there's just some elderly people sitting there watching, having an
Yeah.
afternoon, and they're just like, "Are you going surfing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, watch. Like you're gonna trip out." And then it'll just be like this 3-foot peeler
Yeah.
going down the thing.
It must be
and
the
they're
most
just
surreal thing, just be sitting, going on your holiday or wherever
Yeah.
you're going, and
Yeah,
some
yeah.
dude just off the back surfing the boat.
Yeah,
Like, what's he
classic.
doing?
So classic.
So was there a lot of surfing surrounding you when you were growing up, or was it something that's very?
Yeah. So surfing's been very popular in New Jersey for decades.
It's not something that that I would associate with a surf destination.
No, but
from this side of the
I've never
water.
been, so I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a destination because people aren't really traveling. There's been a couple swells when people come from California, but otherwise not. People don't really come to surf because it's really hard to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We get really good waves, but a forecast could say 5 stars, 10 foot, perfect, and it's not. And then another one day I remember it was 5 to 6, and very good is what Surfline called it, and it was like 12-foot faces and just absolute
Nice.
spitting barrels. So like you're not gonna fly across the world for 5 to 6 and very good,
Yeah.
but if you knew, you would. So
Yeah. So
it's really hard to judge. It's kind of similar to here, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to say tomorrow's the day.
Yeah.
So
There's an app, actually, you had him on the show a while ago, they call it the Lazy Surfer
Oh, yeah.
app. And actually, you know, we spoke about it loads, and I love the idea of it. And even though I've downloaded it, I've still never used it, even though I literally tell everyone
Yeah.
about it. And essentially, Magic Seaweed Surfline, they use predicted data. I think it's every 3 hours or 6 hours, whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is, they update.
Yeah.
The Lazy Surfer takes live data, but what happens at the end of your surf, you then rate the wave out
Okay.
of 5, but not based on the actual conditions, based on how you like it. So,
Yeah.
you know, if it was too big for your liking, clearly that's not a 5 being best. That would be smaller. You don't want to surf it again. So then
Okay.
the algorithm builds up the waves you like off of the live data. And actually, it builds an algorithm for you, and it will then forecast this is coming this day, which I think is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's
But
good.
It's
That's
called a
good.
Lazy Surfer app, but I'm too lazy to use it. It's like a double negative there.
entendre.
Yeah.
P2P.
I guess for you, so one of the questions we normally ask guests is if they could choose to surf, if they could only surf one wave for the rest of their life, what would it be? But I guess most people have, you know, they'll pick like just a gnarly, crazy, epic, fun wave. But I guess your fun levels, I don't know where it sits for you. Like, would you rather be out in a clean head-high wave or some crazy, mushy, horrible thing with, what did you call them, white fish floating about?
The Long Island
Long
whitefish.
Island whitefish, yeah.
I think I would go with like 12 to 15 foot barrels beach break.
All right, okay.
So like New Jersey on the biggest best day
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
If it was just like that every
Okay.
week, I'd be stoked. But then maybe you'd get tired of that. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause that's the other one that someone threw in, which I like to throw in now as well, is if you surf there, you've got to live there as well.
For the rest of your life
Yeah.
on that beach.
Yeah, so I was taking that into account
Yeah.
because I already live there.
Nice.
So I was
Must have held the last episode. So obviously listened in on the plane.
So yeah.
Hello. And
Sorry.
another one we ask is about worst wipeouts that everyone I think's got a memory of the worst, most horrendous experience.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me. The last winter I was in Hawaii, and it was my last session of the whole trip, and it was like 6 to 8,
Yeah.
which is like pretty solid,
Yeah.
4 feet overhead. So I was surfing off the wall, and like back doors here, off the walls there,
Right.
and I broke my leash, and I didn't know about this until after, but there's a little rip between back door and off the wall,
Okay.
and it's they call it the recycler.
Right.
And it just goes like this and sucks you out. So you know how like it'll be a 16-second period or whatever?
Yeah.
So sometimes the sets are like 25 waves. So I broke my leash and I was stuck in the recycler just getting boom, 8-foot wave on the head. Boom, 8-foot wave on the head.
Oh, nightmare.
And I was swimming in, like fighting the current and not moving.
Getting nowhere.
And I was stuck for about 10 minutes. And it was the closest I've ever come to drowning. I was
Feeling of helplessness.
helpless, just getting slammed, spun, confused. And I come back up, and there was even a point like some guy fell, he broke his board, and I grabbed his broken board, got slammed, lost the board, and I was just dying. And I was like breathing like about to pass out, and I was like fading. No one saw me. I was just dying. And finally my toe like touched the sandbar, and I was like, oh my God, I got washed in. Like, thank God.
That is horrendous.
It was like 10 minutes straight of just getting pounded. And it's not the fact that I got slammed ever. It was just the continuous just
never
wore
ended,
me out. And then Jamie and everyone was like, yeah, that's the spot. Don't.
Yeah, avoid where you've just been for 10 minutes.
Cheers.
He was like, yeah, every North Shore surfer's been stuck in that spot.
okay.
It's brutal.
That was a rite of passage then.
Yeah. Then I was thinking the night before, pipe was huge, and it's like impossible for me to get a wave out there. So I took a right, just backdoor closeout, and luckily I didn't break my leash that night, but it was like 15, 18-foot sets. If I got stuck that night, I would have died for sure.
Oh,
so
savage.
good to know that it's there.
Yeah.
I'm going to start wearing 2 leashes.
So it's a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Funny hearing people talk about these crazy surf spots when I know I'm going home to surf 2-foot slop in Pease Bay tonight.
You love every minute of it, though.
Yeah, I will love every minute. That's the thing.
That's what you said before. You get so long of going without waves for like 2 weeks, and then you're just overstoked on like.
Oh yeah, for me 2 weeks, that is my limit. If I've not surfed in 2 weeks, I am dying inside. I can't deal with it. So I'll go in for anything.
That's like the reason I'm here.
Oh, right, okay.
It's been flat for 3 months in New Jersey.
Wow.
Like biggest day I would say is like less than 3 foot solid for you.
Yeah.
So I ended up just being like, we got to do something. So I went to Nicaragua 2 weeks ago or something, and then I ended up coming here because I was just looking for anything.
Guess you've not picked the best waves or the best week to come in.
I
I know you found some.
all the wave pools.
Well. That's wave pools, but it's been really flat here
I knew I was going to score at the wave here. So
fair
I was
one.
like, we'll just go for it.
And that's something you've been doing, isn't it? So what did you've just ticked off, was it every beach in California? And was it a day?
Oh,
or
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
And that was how many beaches?
43 beaches.
And what was it? They planned catch one wave in each beach?
Just get it done.
I mean, that's absolute mission, was it?
It was brutal.
That's good. And
so we started at the southern tip, which is Cape May.
Yeah.
And every beach town, we would just drive in, catch one wave, get in the car, go to another one.
Yeah.
And it was 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. we finished.
A long
I was
day.
going to say, because that's quite a drive just on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 172 miles.
Yeah.
That's less than I drove down to come here.
Yeah.
Not that far. And you're also doing, what are you doing? So you're going to try and do every country, is that right?
Yeah, so I've surfed all 50 states in the U.S., and then I'm thinking about just going for it. I have like 16 countries down or something. So I got like 180 something to go.
Oh, that's a long way.
But I would like to see the world, so.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, doing what you love as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume no one's done it, or there's not a record of it being done at least.
I don't think so. I bet there's definitely some surfers on Earth who have more countries than me.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think they're interested in.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to find some interesting stuff.
I guess presumably for a lot of people who are going to look to do something like that, they're probably looking for real ocean break waves and not looking for like, you know, you could go to Afghanistan and find a river break.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily.
Exactly.
So I guess that's the sort of stuff on the cards.
Yeah. So I think there's 40 something countries that are landlocked.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to get creative for.
Yeah.
But my trick is if I get like 130 countries down, all coastal, then I'm like, I'm pretty much there. Like,
no, if he's got 2 to go, he's not complete. It's an incomplete. It's like wiping out at the end of a score.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I'm going to get to the point where, like, it's going to become people will be helping me.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I'll figure out someone who wants to sponsor it, back the mission. Like,
I imagine that wouldn't be hard to do.
I think it builds on itself as you go. It's just
totally,
like anything else in life. You start small, and I'm putting the energy out there, like Nicaragua. Now I'm in England. I was in Wales, you know, and then it's like people start, like, responding to that.
Yeah.
And it'll just build on itself, and hopefully one day.
What a journey.
That's
really cool.
I saw the video of your wife saying that she was having a cup of tea or something in England and over in Wales. I was surprised you didn't get someone shout at you from the background. It'd be like me telling this guy that he's English.
Wouldn't go well. It wouldn't go well.
Do you want to?
Oh yeah. So so you're probably aware, right? On YouTube videos, Instagram videos, and stuff, you have comments below in the
Oh,
comments
yeah.
section,
Okay.
right? I'm sure everyone's you're gonna have to move that. So I'm sure you're aware of that. What you might not be aware of, or what you might be aware of, is that also in adult movies and porn videos, you get the same comments below videos. And Sean told me that. He stood over there. I didn't know that.
So this was Mitch's excuse to spend hours and hours on porn.
Researching on. That's what it was.
Research.
And,
He did tell me during his research he got sidetracked a few times.
And do you know who Scott Mills and Chris Stark are?
Mm.
In that case, I invented this game.
Okay.
So completely
Perfect.
not stolen from BBC Radio 1 in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to read some lines out, and these are comments.
What's your
and
game
all
called?
you've got to do is tell me if they're from your comments from Ben Gravy
Okay.
or from adult movies,
All
right?
right.
And
Are
the
we
game,
keeping a tally here?
yeah,
Keep the score?
keep a tally in his head,
let's
right?
keep a tally.
And the game is called Comments from Ben Gravy or Man Gravy. That's the name of the game. Okay, so I'm going to read them out, and you've just got to tell me, are they Ben Gravy or Man Gravy?
Okay.
Right, let's start.
How many
somewhere
comments
nice.
we got here?
Let's go. I'm going to do about 8.
Wow. Okay. Not bad. Right now, I
Right.
feel like I'm going to ace it.
Oh,
but
do you?
We'll see.
See how much you read your comments.
Okay, here we go. Right, Ben Gravy. Is this Man Gravy or Ben Gravy? You two are adorable. We could watch you all day long.
That's Ben Gravy.
That's Man Gravy. And that was from Veronica and Archie. And I'm not going to say the name of the movie.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's one to
All right.
Men Gravy.
0 for 1.
So here we go. Dang! Second day on the job and he snakes his boss.
That's Ben Gravy.
That's Ben Gravy. And do you know what that's reference to?
Surf Cowboy.
That's reference to the ferry wave, biggest and best wave.
Oh, the
And-
moose.
yeah, the moose, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 1-0.
All right.
Right, here we go. I can't figure it out. And I'm 72-year-old woman. You are a joy to watch.
Once again, I feel like that's a Ben Gravy comment.
That is a Ben Gravy. And
All right.
that was from the US Coast Guard sent you a dream. And that was Diane Riston.
I think I read that comment.
You replied to that comment. In fact, I even put a note here to say you replied saying, thank you so much. How
all
nice.
right.
How nice is that? Okay. Is there anything he can't get into? He just comes from nowhere.
All right. I'm going Ben Gravy again.
Is that what you think?
Yep.
Sure?
Yep.
Yeah, you're bang on. That's a Ben Gravy. That was
All
also
right.
from the Coast Guard video.
All right.
Okay.
So I got 3 or 2?
You got 3.
3.
'Kay.
3 out of 4. Not bad.
Right. Just skip it. The rest is just filler to have enough for a review.
I'm going Man Gravy on that one.
That's absolutely Man Gravy.
That's Man Gravy.
It's absolute Man Gravy.
This
Okay.
one for the winner then.
Oh, let's get a good one then. I don't want you to see that. There's a really good one here. Oh my God. Bro, that was so good. I literally broke my ribs and my soul is sad. Bro, that was so good. I literally broke my ribs and my soul is sad.
His soul?
Yep.
I guess I'm just going to go Man Gravy again.
That was Ben Gravy. And
Wow.
that was on your music video, your recent guitar song.
Oh, I broke someone's ribs?
You broke someone's ribs apparently. They enjoyed it so much.
Wow.
I'm gonna do one.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
I see
one
what
more
he's
actually.
saying now.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying.
I'm gonna do one more just 'cause I like this one. Your neighbours must hate you. Just kidding. I love it. I like to play.
I'll go Ben Gravy.
That's a Ben Gravy,
All
and that
right.
is also your music song.
All right.
Amazing. That was Ben Gravy or Man Gravy. I think you've done well there.
He's actually, yeah, that was kind of difficult.
You should have seen some of the comments he was throwing out first of all. It's like, no, he's never had it in there.
To be fair, I think you deal with it. It was quite fun actually reading the comments because
Yeah.
it's good to see how people respond to comments. I think we spoke about it last night, and I realised quite quickly if somebody's been negative, which people are on social
Yeah,
media,
yeah.
that's some people do. Even if you respond to it and have the best comeback or the
Uh-huh.
funniest thing ever, you still look a dick because you're arguing.
Oh, yeah.
So some of your comments were absolutely gold, and some of your responses, but I find it's just easier just to ignore it or take the piss out yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I do it all. You know, and every now and then a comment will just hit at the wrong time.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
big
oh,
time,
that one
yeah.
got me.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Most of the time, I'm having so much fun that a negative comment, I'm like, this is classic.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And sometimes I'll snipe them back.
Yeah.
And then other times I'm just like, they just want to argue, like,
I
because
love
I'll
it.
hit them back once and then they'll go like 10 after that, and it's just like, I know what they're online for.
Oh,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
I think it was the James Blunt one, wasn't it? I saw something and it was something that someone put like, oh, why does James Blunt sound like such a whiny whatever it was?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you this? And he just replied with, and mortgage free. That's just brilliant.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
classic.
That's amazing. People can't deal with that if you just take the piss as well.
Yeah.
It's funny. Because there was so, like, I think it was in the ship surfing, as in the shipping lanes.
Okay.
There's just so many comments about, man, that's so dangerous. You're going to get sucked into
Oh,
the
yeah,
propellers
yeah.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you must deal with that in person, I guess, as well. On the
Yeah, a little bit. I think people are much more inclined to say something online.
of course,
I've never had
Yeah.
someone come up to me and
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, the people are really worried about that with the ferry surfing. I don't know why, because
Yeah.
you're really far away from the boat.
You should try and do that on like
But-
a paddle ferry. You know, the big paddle ferry.
Yeah, that would be
imagine
sick.
getting sucked up into that. Just get stuck
That'd
in
be
there, like,
fun.
taking a breath every 4 seconds.
I've seen one in Oregon where there's a little wave behind it.
Okay.
You could probably ride it on like a 10-foot soft. top.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I saw the US Coast Guard one was cool. They actually
Oh, yeah,
gave you a little
thanks.
ride, didn't they?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
I
they
liked
hooked
that.
it up.
Have you
Yeah.
had one you've looked at before and you've gone, oh, this would be an amazing novelty wave to surf, and friends around you have gone, no, mate?
Yeah, I stopped talking about stuff before I do it,
Yeah.
because even if it's your best friend, your mom, my wife, any, like, your dad, your brother, they're not seeing it. They're
Yeah.
not seeing the vision.
Yeah.
So I find it best to just go do it and then just be like, I did it. And it is what it is. Because I'll throw, sometimes, like, if I'm feeling too comfortable, like, I'll say something even to my filmers, and they're like, are you sure? I'm like, bro, you're taking the wind out of my sails. Like, we were about to crush this.
Yeah.
So now I just don't tell them anything. And then they're always confused. But I'm like, all right, here's what we're doing. Like, last minute, you know?
That almost seems like that could be the best response. Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
in your head, it's like, you're going to love this.
Well, yeah, the other day when we were doing the bore, the guys were like, oh, don't go there. There's a lot of rocks. It's
Yeah.
really shallow. It pitches over. And I'm like, okay.
And then,
That's what I'm looking for. You know? So, well, and that, like, if there's like a fisherman or something and they're on the break, they're like, are you going surfing? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, don't go surfing. It's really dangerous. I'm like, perfect. That's what I'm looking for.
that's what you're after.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
like I was saying, like with injuries and stuff. So you must get you must smash your body of some of the things you surf on.
Yeah.
Or that's just my shit level of surfing. Thinking if I surfed over that, I'm gonna
Be done.
literally
Be
done.
toast.
Yeah.
I would say I've been pretty lucky over the years. I've had a lot of minor,
Yeah.
like little broken toes, broken fingers, couple bruised ribs, like bruised legs from landing on rocks. But overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
I think, I think the worst thing I did was hit my hand on some rocks and get it like twisted up, and like I felt like I broke my fingers. I wasn't sure, but
Did you finish the wave, though?
No, I got slammed.
damn.
But I went back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one in I think it's Jersey where you can surf right along the rocks
Yeah,
and then under the
That's
pier
what
at
I'm
the
talking
end. Is
about.
that the one?
Skeleton
Is it?
Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like that video of you did I saw the video of you did a tour of like where you grew up,
Okay.
and like it was no one surfs here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
This is this is it. And I thought if you did something like that in the UK, you would get so much shit for like that's a secret spot or something like that. But it's just the fact that like anyone that's gonna surf there has got to be gnarly enough to surf there anyway.
Yeah. Well, 2 of those spots in that video, or 3 or 4 of those spots actually have never been surfed by anyone until I started surfing them.
Yeah.
So like I can just blow them up.
Yeah. So
But, like,
yeah,
there's-
your spots.
I have respect for other spots. I
Yeah.
would never say the location or place of other places, but yeah, if you're gonna surf El Slamo or Skeleton Bay, you got to be ready, because like almost 90%, 100% of people would go out and be like, why does he surf here?
Yeah.
I would never, because they look small on film, but they're kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I like that because I saw on your Instagram as well. You had when you were down in Cornwall, you surfed a wave which was it wasn't a wave. To me, I
was that
looked
past the cliff edge?
Yeah. And I was like, that's like most, like I'd say 98, 99%, even 100% of people would look at that and go, how I wouldn't have even thought to surf that, because that's not even a wave.
No.
It's just a ripple where it's hitting off the rock face and coming across, but you manage to surf it. And I suppose that's where the difference is, and that's why people watch your YouTube videos and goes, "What the fuck? He's surfing something that's like."
I think my optimism is extremely high, because I was looking at that wave like, oh my God, it's happening. Like, it's peeling down the rock.
Oh my
And
God, Colin
my
was
wife's
firing.
just like, can we leave?
You made me drive 7 hours for this.
How infectious do you think, the content you're putting out about surfing waves, smaller waves, sloppy waves that people wouldn't normally get in for? Do you think that's infectious for people? Do you think that people see that and be like, do you know what, I'm going to do that?
I have dozens of people on a daily basis just write me and say, I went down to the beach and I thought, what would Ben do? And I went out, and it was the best decision of my life. I had the best session.
Yeah.
I did this, I did that, and like, that's what it's all about for me.
So when I was doing, I don't want to do too much research for this, because I thought I'd better go on a journey together, and I said to my mate Roger that you met today and last night, that because I know he is Ben Gravy's super fan.
Cool.
He is like weak at the knees and stuff, which is why he just sat there saying nothing last night when we were in the bar.
It's all good. Dude.
He's like, "Hello, Mr. Gravy, sir." And I said to him, "Look, we've got a really good guest on the podcast coming up," and I was like, "If you could have anyone on the world," because I knew he was going to say you, and I mean this game went on for ages, but he said you straight away after his overthinking process.
That's awesome.
But he's like, "You need to ask him this, you need to ask him that," and honestly, he's a voice memo guy. He sends so many voice memos, but whereas we're in a group and we'll send like maximum 2-minute videos, Roger will send a 9-minute voice memo, but not say a lot in it. Yeah. And then so I, for about 2 days, received 9-minute, messages about everything you've done in your life.
So you
essentially,
didn't need to
I didn't need to research. Yeah, he became a personal researcher.
That's awesome.
But within that,
Roger
I want to play you this little audio clip that he sent me, because
Okay.
I thought it was actually really nice. You can try and input this in later. If you put it at your mic, here we go.
This is a 21.
And yeah, the whole thing, like, exactly. That's why I got into it as well, because the surfing the smaller waves and him getting so stoked, and it was just like it. And I'm not joking. This totally is what happened. Like, watching his vids, and then I'd be going out at places like, as well, like you're saying, Kokori and stuff like that, and just places where it's just smaller waves. And before, I'd be getting sort of like stressed if it wasn't really good conditions. So I thought, well, I've got to improve my surfing in good ways. I've got to get good and all this. And then I was watching his vids, and his genuine stoke off surfing small waves. I'm like, fuck it, man. I can get stoked off surfing small waves. It doesn't have to be like these amazing waves. And no joke, from just after watching his vids for I don't know how long, like a month or two, probably even less than that. I don't know, just a few of them, like. I'm going out in like these smaller waves, and I'm not joking. Like, straight away, I'm feeling more stoked than I did before, and I'm not bullshitting. It was genuinely like I felt like this is cool. I can go out in crappy conditions, and it's still cool. I don't have to surf amazing waves, and yeah, that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest draw for me watching those vids, was getting more stoke in crappy conditions, and like genuine stoke. It was crazy, and it's crazy how it worked, and that is.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is the biggest honor of my life. Like, that I have people that are like, you've changed my perspective on surfing.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. I can't even believe it. And it's like, it's so wild for me to have so many people come up to me and tell me that, or message me, and I'm just like, wow, like, because I just feel like a guy who likes to go surfing.
Yeah.
But I think that all kind of spawned from what I was telling you before.
Yeah,
like,
for
when
sure.
the doctor kind of told me that you might never surf again, I've just been able to carry that, and now so many people have gotten behind it and into it. Now it's just like, it's a lifestyle. You know,
I think,
surfing shitty waves, and just anytime I roll up to the beach, I just see if I can see one little lip, I'm just like, it's firing.
But what a great outlook to go surfing like that and not be that wave snob. That's like, I guess, you know, if I've been in Cornwall for 2 weeks and I've surfed every day, had great waves and stuff. Yes, when I go home for a week and it's sloppy, I'm just like, man, I'm okay. I don't need to go. But after that week, 10 days, I'm like, I'm back in for anything whatsoever. And actually, if people could be more relatable to that, you get so much more out of it.
Yeah.
I also think surfing rubbish, sloppy waves improves your surfing so much.
And then like the next level too is like just the boards. Like they get crazy about being board snobs, and it's like soft top, hard top, stand up paddleboard, Wasp.
That's a wasp just coming. Just send it my way.
Whatever, boogie board.
Yeah.
Raft.
Yeah.
Inflatable. Like what are the surf mats? Who cares?
Oh yeah,
Who cares?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
As long as you're stoking.
You're riding the energy. It's just the waves pushing you. It's energy. You're capturing that. That thing came from thousands of miles away, maybe hundreds.
Just for me, and then I fucked it up on takeoff.
But it's really deep and spiritual.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's like, dude, we're out there. Like we're so lucky that we can even do that. So it's like I like to embrace it.
I tell you what, as well, you can tell how much impact you've had on people's surfing and their level to appreciate smaller waves or sloppier waves or waves that people wouldn't normally go for, is the amount of people I've seen that have posted pictures of you here with them and are so stoked to meet you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, I met Ben Gravy. And like, I've seen people surf it. I've seen like Hollywood people surf here. And people are just like, oh look, it's so and so over there. Like they don't like very rarely even get a picture. But the fact that it's like, it's Ben Gravy. Oh my God! Like it's had a massive impact on a lot of people.
That's amazing. It still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, that happened. Was it David Hasselhoff? When David Hasselhoff was over, and he was wanting to go surf with all the lifeguards. So I think, what was he doing? He was doing something.
No,
with the
he was
lifeguards.
doing something, and he met the lifeguards, and he said, "Oh, you can come and have a drink with me later if you want." And they were like, "It's free foot and clean, David. We've been working all day. Sorry."
Just chinned them off, went surfing. That's really cool. Who wouldn't want to hang out with a Hoff? What a legend!
It's amazing.
Oh man, I would take that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Just go and order a seltzer.
Absolutely.
But I think enjoy the rest of your trip. It's been absolutely great.
Thank you
For you to speak to us. If you want to tell everyone out there where they can find you online, on socials.
Yeah, sure. I'm making a bunch of videos from the trip to England and the UK. YouTube.com/BenGravy with 2 Y's. And my Instagram is the same, BenGravy with 2 Y's. It's fun, you know, enjoy your life. Get out there, do the things you want to do, make it happen. And it's kind of up to you to get out there and do it. So that's what I believe in, and hopefully I can accomplish my journey of surfing the entire world. But thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for having me. Stoked.
That was like an advert for just positive life there. That was a sponsored advert for
it.
positivity.
That's what it's all about, dude.
Man, it was an absolute pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Honored.
Yeah, cheers for that, Ben. That was a really insightful day.
Wasn't it? What like, I don't know what I was expecting from him though, but like, because of the sort of like waves he surfs and stuff like that, I thought he may have been a bit of a dick, like in person, but he really wasn't. He was
funny because he thought you were a complete dick in
person. Everyone does, mate. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, because like you've got quite a I don't know how to explain it. I suppose looking back at like that sort of jackassy sort of phase and stuff like that. And you often think like some of those people that do that sort of stuff are going to be a bit of a dick in real life.
Yeah, I get you.
Most chilled out, like the amount of people I've seen him here today, like taking photos.
Yeah, really humble actually.
Like so many people. Yeah, really nice and just really easy to chat to.
You know, to do what he's doing, because he was a pro surfer.
Yeah.
And he was competing, and it was as we spoke about, is the point he realised he wasn't quite good enough to do that, but still an insane surfer. So to go and surf these novelty, small, rubbish, shit waves, whatever you want to call them, I think there's got to be an air of humbleness, because a lot of people are like, why are you doing that? But actually look at what he's done for himself.
Yeah, and you
through
just
that.
Look at how he was surfing out there.
Oh, he was ripping it.
He was like, and that thing of like, you know, when someone's that good and it looks effortless to the point you think, oh wow, I could do that, because they make it look that easy. It was that sort of thing. And I was on the side taking photos, and I even noticed him paddling back out.
Oh, he was catching waves mid-session, wasn't he?
Yeah, not just that. His paddle strength was like every time he was paddling back out, he was paddling past like 4 or 5 people each time as they were paddling back out, and he's just.
He said that. He said there's about 6 waves in every session, just not getting ridden, and he was because I think I was paddling back out, and he was catching multiple waves while I was paddling back.
Yeah.
Fair play. And what was nice, my mate Sean's been here surfing with us, Salty Safa Sean. And we always give each other abuse in the water.
Yeah.
And I could hear everyone on the wall every time Ben was taking off, like whooping and hollering at Ben. Like, it was really nice. But probably what everyone didn't hear in the background was just me and Sean shouting at Ben, "Don't fuck it up!" on the takeoff. Everyone's giving him pure like love. We're like, "Don't fuck it up!"
So yeah, that was our conversation with Ben Gravy. Thanks to him for taking the time to chat to us. And I mean, he said afterwards, that was quite nice, lads. It was quite easy to talk to you. So,
and also a massive thanks to his new wife, actually, Jordan. Really supportive, and it's nice to see a couple go about. And I could probably imagine that, because he's getting pulled to the side all the time from people to just have a photo or say hello. But actually, he takes the time to give that back.
Yeah.
I guess he recognises that through YouTube and Instagram and whatever. I guess that's the people that have made him grow, because you have to get the likes, whatever people say about that or not, you do.
Yeah.
So there must be a point where she's like, "Oh my God, I know I'm going to lose him for a day," sort of thing. But actually, she's so supportive. And she was out when I came out to film Roger, our mate surfing this morning. Ben was on the other side, and she was out super early, filming it all. And she'll go through sitting editing it and everything. I think it's really nice. Like, we're just a cool couple, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's so many things we didn't ask him that I thought afterwards I wanted to ask him about this and this and this and this. Just you decided to play your Ben Gravy or Men Gravy game.
Ben Gravy or Man Gravy. Hope that went down well.
He seemed to like it. He was laughing his head off.
I was like, I don't know the guy at all, so some people might be a bit prudish and be like, "It's not for me."
Yeah,
it would have been awkward if so, but yeah.
Well, he seemed to like it. So if he didn't, I'm sure he'll message you.
My favourite one was still the "I'm a 74-year-old woman and I just don't understand."
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you don't need that much of an excuse to go looking through porn, but.
Well, any excuse helps.
There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.